Chắc là mình sẽ đợi thêm khoảng 1 phút hoặc 2 phút nữa để đợi các bạn vào rồi mình sẽ bắt đầu nhé, right? Okay, so I think we can start now. So it's great to work with you tonight, and you can see the screen.
Yes.
That's a good one, right? So okay, so you can see my name is Nguyễn Thị Hà Anh, and currently I'm teaching at the faculties of English at Hanoi Pedagogical University too. All right. So for today, all right, because this is our first lesson together, so it's very important to get to know each other, right? And now I could like you to share a bit about yourself, like to know your name and where are you from and which school are you teaching, right? And I could like to know, okay, something about you, so you can okay, use some adjectives to describe yourself. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to send to you a Padlet link in the chat, right? So please open the chat. Open the Padlet link. Can you open the Padlet link? Say yes if you can.
Yes.
Yes, good. So now you are going to introduce about yourself in 3 minutes, okay? You could say what your name is, where are you teaching, and some adjective to describe yourself, okay? Các thầy cô sẽ mở cái đường Padlet link mà tôi gửi ở trong chat, sau đó thì mình sẽ giới thiệu ngắn gọn về bản thân, họ tên, đơn vị công tác và một vài tính từ để miêu tả bản thân. Alright. Các thầy cô mở được đường link Catalyst rồi đúng không ạ? Mình đã mình nhìn vào cái nút màu xanh ở bên phải màn hình ở phía dưới đấy, mình bấm vào nút màu xanh, sau đó mình viết tên của mình và mình giới thiệu ngắn gọn về bản thân trong vòng 3 phút, right? Cái nút màu xanh các thầy cô đang trên màn hình ấy, đang nhìn thấy ở trên màn hình này có cái nút màu xanh lá cây ở bên phải màn hình ấy, ở phía dưới. Thầy cô thấy chưa ạ? Okay, good one. Okay, so I will give you maybe just 1 more minute, right? Okay, so you just do it very quickly. You say what your name is, where you're teaching, right? And some adjective to describe yourself. So don't forget to put your name on. Okay, so I can see that you are from everywhere, right? I see that you are from Hanoi, from Ho Chi Minh City, right? From, let's say here, Hanoi, another Hanoi one. Phú Yên, so in the south. Okay. Okay, from, let's see here, Ulis, Hanoi, right? Okay. Uh, Vũng Tàu, all right. So you say that you are everywhere is good, right? So for those who is coming late, you can just continue, right? To put on the information because the Padlet link I already added in the chat. Good one. And I think we can come back here. There's someone talking here. Okay. Có thầy Vĩnh Trung Nguyễn đúng không? Đang bật loa đúng không? Khi chúng ta bật loa khi mà chúng ta nói thôi. Còn khi mà có thầy nghe giảng thì chúng ta sẽ tắt loa đi nhé. Okay, good one. Cô Lê Phương nhắn là có một số bạn nhờ cô accept bạn tham gia. Cô accept tất cả những rồi, không còn bạn nào đang ở phòng chờ nhé. Okay, good one. So I think now we are going to study the lesson, but before that, we are going to do a very quick quiz. All right. This is not test. This is just something to check how much you have known about the lesson for today, all right? So you don't need to worry if you do not know the answer for any of the question in the quiz, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Thế thì cô có nhìn thấy màn hình của mình không ạ?
Có.
Good one. All right. So now, please scan the QR code to join the quiz. Hiện ta mới có 25 thì cô vào, có thể cô scan cái QR code hoặc là chúng ta bấm joinmyquiz.com. Sau đó mình sẽ vào. Rồi 27 thì cô vào rồi. Hai 29 thì cô. Rồi. Chúng ta cứ bắt đầu nha. Sau thì mình cứ tiếp tục vào thôi. Không vào được ạ? Ok. Mình gửi lại đường link vào trong chat. Cô mà không vào được mình có thể bấm đường link ở chat. Cô đã rồi ạ. Stop now. Okay. Good one now. Okay. We are going to stop now. Hiện nay Thanh is having highest score, right? And how many stages are there in the lesson? Our answer is 4. And we have only 18 correct answers out of 35 participants who gave their answers, all right? It's okay. We can go to question number 2 now. Okay, so we have, let's say, okay, 28 people who gave the answer. All right, and we have so many different answers. Some I say is the warm up, main activity, wrap up, homework. And someone say warm up, like Thanh said warm up, presentation, practice, and wrap up. Okay. Mindset, introduction, development, consolidation, and conclusion. All right. So many different answers. Okay. Uh, okay. After the lesson for tonight, we are going to know what is the exact answer for this one. Okay. We go to question number 3. So now Huyền Ly is having the highest score, right? We have 29 correct answer. So the purpose of the lesson is to activate students' previous knowledge of the topic covered in the lesson, right? Get one. We can go to question number 3 now, I suppose. Okay, so Bùi Phương is now having the highest score, right? The question is, what happens in the presentation stage of a lesson? And the answer is, the teacher sets the context or situation. Uh, okay, and here we have 18 correct answer. Right, good one. Okay, I think we can go to question number 5 now. Now Thanh is on the top of the leaderboard with the highest score, right? In this question, we have 29 correct answers. In the presentation phase, teacher controls most of the teaching or learning process, right? That's correct answer. Okay, we go to question number 6 now. Now, Vũ Thu Thảo is having the highest score, right? The question is, in the presentation phase, what should the materials used by teacher contain? The correct answer is all the targeted linguistic items and structures for that particular lesson. Right, and we have 25 correct answers. We go to question number 7 now. Vũ Thu Thảo is now still having the high score. That's good one, right? All right. In this question, we have 31 correct answer. So in the practice phase, the teacher implements activity that are aimed towards achieving accuracy of the forms. Okay, that's good one. We have 31 correct answers. Now we go to question number 8. Now, Tang is having the high score. Okay, in this question, we only have 6 correct answers. So, the most common type of activity during the practice phase is trios. Okay, so actually, trio is very popular like activity. Um, when you teach, and I'm sure that normally all of you have already used trios in the teaching. Maybe you haven't called the name yet. So normally, it's a classroom technique to add memorization by way of spaced repetition. For example, like when you say something and then you ask your student to repeat it. Okay, it's very easy way to do, right? Okay. There's another way that you can do the drill. Like you can let your student try to remember the placement of each card, flashcard, for example, so that they can obtain as many new words as possible. So that another example of drills. So drills very popular during the practice phase. Okay, one. We go to question number 9 now. Now Tang is having the high score, right? We are in the question number 9 already. And the question is, what is the main aim of the production phase? And it's to increase fluency, all right? And the precise use of target language, right? That's good one. We go to the last question, right? Okay. So I think congratulations for Thanh, right? For having the high score. That's good one. Let's say the last question is, in the production stage, the strategies for achieving the goal are based on freer use of targeted structure, and freers mean that the teacher designs activities that allow students to express their own idea. Okay, that's a very good one. All right. Okay, good one. So I think we've gone through, okay, piece, all right? We have 10 questions. And now, please let me know how many main stages are there in a typical English lesson. You can you can put your answers into the chat. Mm-hmm. Okay, you are right. We have 4 stages. Okay, that's good one. Okay, so please let me know what is the first stage. What is the first stage? Do you remember? What is the first stage? Mm-hmm. So we are having different answers there in the chat. Okay. Okay, we have so many different answers. Okay. So for the first stage, we have lead in, or you can say warm up. So apart from lead in, or you can say warm up, we have PPP, okay? And you are going to watch a video, all right? And after you watch the video, I have some question for you, all right? So now I'm going to share the video with you.
Following video, you will be introduced to the concept of the PPP lesson plan format.
So can you see and hear my screen? Let me know. Yes. Okay. Good. All right. So we can start now.
And an example that you can adapt to the context of ESL teaching in rural areas. Do your students get lost and confused every time you try to teach them a new grammatical structure? Well, let me tell you a little secret. The key ingredient is in the lesson plan. One possible solution is to follow the PPP model. This stands for presentation, practice, and production. First comes the presentation of new vocabulary or grammatical instruction, then it's followed by controlled practice to finish with fluent production. The PPP is a method that is widely used in teaching simple language at lower levels. Therefore, it is very helpful in contexts like Chilean schools, where English is a foreign language. Timing is very important. Imagine that PPP is a pyramid divided into 3 carefully planned sections. If your class is 45 minutes long, You could have 10 minutes of presentation, 15 minutes of practice, and 20 minutes of production. The PPP model is divided like this. Part 1. Presentation. Giving your students the information to succeed. Presentation is the first step, and it is the most important. This is your time to shine, but avoid extending it too much. Start connecting the new material to previous lessons, presenting the new language in a meaningful context. For example, you are going to teach your students to describe what they did last weekend using simple past. Use a set of images with many free time activities and show the students a calendar with an arrow pointing to the prior weekend. Have the students guess what you are going to talk about. Then, give them the first example. Last weekend, I went to the river. Then, provide them with examples of positive and negative sentences, then questions and short answers. Then, ask the students questions like, what did you do last weekend? Make sure you check that they have understood the concept. They repeat the models with you. If necessary, show them the equivalent in Spanish so they can see the differences. When you are sure the students understood the grammar basics, you can advance to the next stage. They will need you to monitor them closely. Part 2. Practice. In the practice stage, the focus is on form, so the teacher has to provide controlled practice, and all mistakes are corrected. In this set of activities, students are given a little more control, and they start trying out the new patterns of language. For example, now the students can complete the books exercises, which are perfect to check if they understood. Remember that they are just getting familiarized with the new structure, so expect many mistakes. Another possible activity is to play domino phrases. Cut different sentences into segments, such as last weekend, I ate, and 4 empanadas, so they can use context to guess the right answer. Part 3. Production. In this section, the students are supposed to speak more than the teacher, so keep them on track by slowly moving on to the new stage. First, work with the whole class on mini tasks to use the new material, or divide them in 2 groups, and they can play charades or Pictionary, guessing the activities. It will be fun. Then, you can break them down again into small groups or pairs. They can create an interview where they share what they did last weekend. If they are shy, they can record their voice or a video with their cell phones. Both for the best interview and award some extra credit. In summary, some key concepts from the PPP lesson plan format are: always know your students well and select topics that will be interesting for them. Focus on the target language necessary to accomplish the tasks, such as vocabulary, grammar, contextualization, etc., with a communicated goal. Always think ahead about possible questions your students may ask you or some material you may need in advance in case internet is not available. Monitor them closely and provide necessary feedback. So, good luck in creating a successful and meaningful lesson plan. Before we go, we have a challenge for you. Try to include PPP in at least one of your lessons next week. Thanks for watching, and make sure you check out the next video.
Mhm. Okay, so we already finished watching the video, and please let me know what PPP stands for. What PPP stands for. Please let me know in the chat. Okay, so that's good. We have presentation, practice, and production. That's correct. Okay, good. And I have another question for you. If we have 45 minutes for a lesson, and if we need to allocate the time for the PPP model, how many minutes should you spend for each stage? Let me know your answers in the chat. Okay, so all of you seems to have the same answers here, right? So we have 10 minutes for presentation, 15 minutes for practice, and 20 minutes for production. That's right. Okay, good. I have another question for you. All right. So the PPP lesson plan model would be suitable for student at which level? Okay, so low level. Okay, that's good one. All right, good one. So you know that we have 4 stages in a typical English lesson. Okay, and now we will go to the teaching procedure. Okay, so we have 4 stages. We can start with warm up, or you can say leading. Okay, and then we go to the PPP model. All right, that's right. So the first stage is warm up. All right, and I could like one person to read the information on the screen for us. Okay, so may I anyone volunteer to read the information? Anyone volunteer to read the information for the class? Okay, so Ngô Thị Huyền, okay, please.
Yes, it's an activity at the start of the class to warm up the learners. They tend to be short, dynamic, uh, dynamic activities. It is recommended that the warm-up is related to the topic studied during the lesson.
Okay, thank you, Win. All right, it's very clear. So we have some keywords here in the warm-up stage, right? We say warm-up should be short and dynamic. All right. So my question is, how short it should be? Like, how many minutes do you think would be suitable for a warm-up? Please let me know your ideas. All right. Okay, let's see. We have so many answers in the chat. And you say 5, 3 to 5, 5 to 7. Any other ideas? How short it should be? 10. Zhang thinks it should be 10. Okay, so I think that you are all right. Okay, so it's easy to say that warm up should be short, all right? And I think you should keep it like below 10 minutes. 10 minutes is maybe the maximum, right? So I think you can do it 3 minutes. You also can do it 5 minutes. Okay, as long as it's like less than 10 minutes, I think it's okay. And 5 minutes would be perfect, right? 7 is good one. Okay, so for warm up, I just would like to ask you what kind of dynamic activities that you can use for warm up. What kind of activities that you can use for warm up? Watching a video, okay? Games, multiple choice question, right? Interview, watching a video, games, tell a story, quiz. Okay, there are all kinds of there's some examples, right, of dynamics activity that you can use for warm up. That's good one. All right. So after warm up, do you still remember what stage following warm up? Mm-hmm. Okay, you are right. We go to presentation. All right. Okay. So please anyone read the information on the slides for the whole class. Anyone volunteer? Okay, so Nguyễn Thị Cẩm Tú, please. Are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Wait.
Yes. There is oral exposure and teacher modeling. Teacher introduce situation and presents the target language. In this stage, teacher mainly introduce vocabulary and grammar.
Okay, thank you. That's very clear, right? Okay, so I just have another question for you, all right? So in here, the teacher mainly introduces like vocabulary and grammar, all right? The teacher introduces the situation and present the target language. Target language mean English in our case, right? We are teaching English. So English is the target language. All right. So I have a question for you now. In presentation stage, who will control most of the teaching and learning process? Teacher or students? Mm-hmm. Okay. So in the chat, many people say it's teacher, and teacher is correct answer. Okay, good one. All right. So you are right. Teachers can introduce the target language in two different ways, say deductive and inductive. All right. So now you are going to watch a video. All right. And at the end of the video, we will have some question for you, all right? Can you see and hear my video? Let me know in the chat, it's okay? Can you see and hear it? Yes, good.
Dạ em không nghe tiếng cô ạ.
Cái file này nó chỉ có nhạc nền thôi, không có tiếng. Các thầy cô có nghe được cái nhạc nền không? No sound? Okay, let me check. Okay. It just have background music, okay? It's no talking. It's just background knowledge. So if you can't hear the music, it's okay. Just need to watch, all right?
Thì ăn được, tự ăn được rồi, tự ăn xong rồi. Về chiều, chúng ta đã giúp cậu ấy. Đâu có thể.
Bác thì mới quen chưa?
Ok, chúng tôi chúc thầy là bé không.
Đã học, ăn nhiều.
Không được, cậu đã thấy cái
Okay, so this is the question for you, all right? Please write your answers in the chat. Someone say cannot listen to the music. It's okay because it's an only have background music and I don't know why. Okay. So there is a question. Please share with us your answer. What is the answer? Which approach is more teacher-centered? Inductive or deductive? Okay, so many of you say deductive, all right? Let's check. Yeah, it's deductive. All right, good job. We go to the next question, right? Yep. Tell me your answer. Okay, many of you say inductive. Let's check. That's inductive, okay? Good job. Okay, the last question. Okay, let's check. Inductive, right? Okay, good job. So, I believe you now have good knowledge, right, about okay, which okay, ways that you can present the target language to your student in the presentation. Okay, good job. And after presentation, we go to which stage? After presentation, we go to we go to practice. That's right. Okay, good job. We go to practice. All right. All right. So I would like to invite one volunteer teacher to read this for me. Anyone volunteer? So I think I could like to invite Bùi Thị Thu Phương, please. Are you there?
Dạ.
Yes. Can you read the information on the slide?
Dạ vâng ạ. Practice. The practice stage aims to provide opportunities for learners to use the target structure and vocabulary used during class. This stage is also controlled practice since the tasks prepared by the teacher have controlled results.
Okay, thank you, Thu Phương. All right, that's good one. So, think that after you already teach them some, let's say, vocabulary, grammar, we move to practice, okay? And this one is a controlled practice because the task prepared by teachers and we would like to have controlled results, okay? So my question for you is, let's say, what is the main aim of practice? Is it about accuracy or fluency? What's your answer? Okay. So many of you said it's accuracy. Okay. So I have another question for you. If your students make some mistakes in this, should you correct them? So we have some answers in the chat. Say yes and explain them because this stage focuses on accuracy. Okay, that's right. Okay, so because we say there here is a controls practice, it means that we would like a control result where we want our students to achieve accuracy, and if they make some mistake, we need to correct them to make sure they understand. Okay, good one. All right, so good. And after the practice, which stage we coming to? After practice, right, we have the PPP model, and we have presentation, and we have practice, and the last one would be production. Okay, that's right. You are correct. Okay, we go to production. So I could like one person to read the information for us. So I could like to invite Phạm Huyền Trang, please. Trang, are you there? Okay. So I would like to... Dạ em ổn. Okay. Mời Tiết Hoàng nào. Are you there? Mic em bị hỏng. Okay. Xin mời Cẩm Tú nào.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
When the learner have completely mastered the form and have learned how to reduce it without mistake in control exercises, they can move on to the free introduction phase. In this phase, they use the newly learned language structure to reduce oral and written text.
Okay. Thank you, Cẩm Tú, right? Okay. Good one. And I just want you to pay attention to the oral or written text, okay? So thinking we have 4 language skills. Let's say listening, speaking, reading, and writing, okay? So what oral text mean and what written text mean? Huyền Ngô nào?
Yes, oral text means speaking and written text means writing.
Yes, you're correct. Thank you, Huyền, right? That's correct. Okay. So oral, it means speaking, and written, it means writing. Okay. So normally we will have some speaking and written text, all right, or writing in this phase. Okay. That's good one. All right. So I have a question for you. What is the focus of production? Is that accuracy of fluency? Okay, so you said fluency. And I have another question for you. All right, you're correct. If your students make some mistake in this stage, how would you correct their mistake? And I would give you 2 options. Option 1, during their activities, right? Option 2, at the end of the activity. What would you choose? Okay, so many of you thought we should correct them at the end, okay? When they finish their activity. So why we shouldn't correct them during the activity? Why? Why shouldn't we correct them during the activity? Vân Cao said it will affect their activity. Sun said it negatively affect learning fluency. Okay, very interesting. Why we could negatively affect learners' fluency? Why so? They don't focus on their activity. Okay, if they don't focus on their activity, what would happen? Why don't we want to correct them while they are doing their tasks? Because they worry about their mistake. Good. If they are worried about their mistake, what would happen? Why don't we want them to worry about their mistake? Why? Fear of mistake. Because they are shy. Okay. Because they lose their confidence. Okay, they're afraid of producing text language, and we will interrupt there. Okay, we don't want to interrupt there. What is the focus of production? Fluency, yes. All right. So we don't want to, okay, intervene. We don't want to interrupt their fluency. Okay, that's a good one. All right. I'm just doing some very quick check for today because you have already finished the main idea of the lesson for today. Okay. So how many main stages are there in a typical English lesson? Okay, good one, right? Another question for you. In which state teacher present the target language and he or she will control most of the teaching and learning activities? So which stage is that? Yes, it's presentation, okay? And in which stage the focus is on accuracy? Good one. Okay, you are right. It's practice, okay? And in which stage we focus on fluency? Okay, it's production. Okay, so I think you get it all for now. Okay, and I think we are going to see each other at the same time tomorrow. Is that okay? Okay, good. All right. So we okay, thank you. It's very happy to know that the lesson helps. Okay, good one. All right. All right. Thank you, and I will see you tomorrow at 7:30, okay? All right. Thank you. Good night. Mhm. Night.